back there. It would be good if you could get that house. See, people used to build houses a long time ago. The kitchen was off from the rest of the house. That's one back there. I'll show it to you maybe when we come back or something. But the kitchen wasn't attached to the rest of it. You had to walk about 8 or 10 yards of steps, and then you'd be in the kitchen. That's the way they built houses a long time ago. In fact, we lived in the house that I remember. That's what we lived in when we moved to the home house now. That's the way it was built. The kitchen was separate. Oh my God! I can turn right. No. That's church. Oh, right here. Yeah, right.
When I was a kid, my grandfather used to bring me down here, and at that time it was just a field, and so I had no clue what this was at the time. Like I said, it was probably when I was 7 or 8 years old, and just didn't know what this field was. He always come right up here and park right up there about where your car is parked, and just kind of just look down in here, and I always wonder why are we sitting here in this field looking. I guess they're trying to figure out, how it was going to be laid out, or what was going to be done with it. But yeah, I remember that distinctly when they first bought it and cleared it off and got it ready for for burial.
This was 1966.
Mm-hmm. I think that was one of the oldest ones that I've seen.
It was way, but they probably didn't put them.
Yeah, didn't put them.
Because all them Grissom's, because this one was 66.
Melvin was 69.
This 69. Yeah, that was 69.
We try to keep it as organized and laid out as possible. And, sometimes it gets to be a job, but
it's hard. It's real hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially an old cemetery
Yeah.
that's been there 150 years. They would just go out and bury them.
Yeah.
And then we have to come behind them and they all
figure it out. I pretty much have a good idea of everybody that's buried in that cemetery, with the exception, I think it's 3 graves that are still unidentified. Otherwise, that is it's pretty accurate. I try to keep it up, and I keep it updated as people buy plots or as people are buried there. I update it. I keep this with me all the time. It's even in my BlackBerry. So I have a copy of this spreadsheet on my BlackBerry. So if I'm out of town or I'm away and someone who has purchased a plot passes away and they need to know what's going on with it, I can usually tell right off the bat what's going on or where they should be. And I'm in contact with all the funeral directors in the area, so they all have my cell phone number. They all know who I am, so I pretty much will contact them and let them know exactly where things are. But it's almost to the point now where I want to pass this torch on to some younger people.
I just put that rock there so we'll see it on more.
We're gonna try to, I used to spend a lot more time down there than I do now, because I used to be the one that always mowed the cemetery, and even the day that my grandmother passed, like I said, I was at the cemetery mowing grass. I think you called me and told me that or you came down there and told me that she had passed away, but I was at the cemetery mowing grass. But that's something that has always been I guess kind of a personal project for me, because that was something that my grandfather was involved with, and my grandmother had a big passion for, because they always wanted to be able to have somewhere that was called a family cemetery, where all the family would be buried there. So I've just kind of kept the tradition going, but like I said, I want to kind of get some more people involved with it, so that they'll know what's going on with it as well. Yeah.
We were high school sweetheart, I guess you would say. Over 50 years ago. We were married more than 50 years.
Did your mother approve of James?
Oh yeah, she liked me. She liked him. He asked for me, and she told him I don't have a daughter to give away. He said, well, I'll just take her. So he was, like it says on there, he was a Christian husband, good father, and a good grandfather. Been 4 years, and I still miss him.
When Uncle Fleming passed away, he's actually buried in Ohio. But I had one of my other uncles, Uncle W.C., when he passed away, they brought him back here to be buried. Uncle Zenas, who lived in Virginia, he's actually buried in Virginia. So it just kind of depends. Basically, he's always looked at, he spent more time in Virginia than he did here. So, once he moved out of the state, that kind of became home for him. He'd always come back here, but that was home for him. So it kind of varies. A lot of the relatives within the area have pretty much said, yeah, this is where I want to be. But a lot of them that live out of state, they have their own plots out of state. My daughter, she said that's what she wanted. She wanted to be cremated. So, I said, well, that's what you want to do. That's we have to honor those wishes. But yeah, she's told us several times that she would prefer to be cremated. Yeah, I guess that's the changing of the times. the 20 to 30, 35 year range, we're trying to get them more involved in the, I guess, the administration and the running of the reunion. And one of the things that my grandmother said in the original film was that the reunion, she helped establish the reunion, and the reunion would be here long after she's gone. And what we have to do is take the proper steps to make sure that it's sustainable for a long period of time. So trying to get leaders lined up where they won't just die off, they'll just keep moving it forward.
And our daughter has become very interested in it, so she's going to do some things with the new guy that hopefully will be vice president, and she's over the scholarship fund.
Yeah,
now,
she works with the scholarship fund. The people in the leadership for the reunion have to have a passion for the reunion. It can't be just, okay, I'm the president, so you got to really have a passion for the reunion and its cause, and that's what it takes to deal with the things you have to deal with. I think in what people say, family are the toughest people to deal with. And that I can attest to that. That family is tough to deal with, but you have to be able to understand what they're feeling and understand where they're coming from, and you got to be a people person.